I would always, try to hide behind my work, why I work so much, or my photography, doing different things.
Yeah.
Because anytime I travel and whatnot, I'm always traveling for photography, but never would I take time to just go for me.
Yeah.
And I realized that, there are times that, everybody needs that time to really go do nothing, have time to really meditate on yourself.
Yes.
And focus mentally on what can make you better.
Yeah.
Where you can be. So, I said I'm going to do more of that. And in 2024, I'm looking forward to doing more things that bring enjoyment for me, that builds my mental stability, and just keeps me in a place of really good focus. Because there are some things that I'm looking forward to for the future. That just brings about a whole different mindset and happiness. So I want to build that island back up.
Yes, I love that for you. I really do. I think it's so important. Not just for women, but for men as well. Like, you have to take out that time for yourself. Um, and so if you know what you like and all that type of stuff, when you do partner with somebody, right? That y'all can both be solid in that space. You're like, you know what? I need some time to myself, and nobody feeling like, well, why you don't want to be around me? What's going? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something about that. But yeah, that was really new for me. And every time I tell my brother that I'm doing something for myself, i.e., that trip, and even yesterday when I went out on a date, and he messaged me, he was like, "What you doing?" I said, "I'm getting ready to take myself on a date." He's like, "I love how intentional you're being about yourself in this season, because I don't think we really think about taking care of ourselves like that as we should. And we so used to working and going, and we got to get to this, we got to get to that. All of these other things need to be done, but you are the most important thing that needs to be done."
And see, like for me, I'll be honest, and I don't want to say it's a fear, but like planning a trip and going for something like that, I'm leery only because usually for me, I don't go anywhere without my camera. I just don't go anywhere without my camera, because if I see something beautiful, whether it's the sunrise, whether it's nature, whatever it is, I usually have my camera to.
Yeah.
But I also understand that sometimes having my camera keeps me from relaxing and doing things that I really need to do for myself.
Yeah.
And I'm such a workaholic. It's like I'm always busy doing something. So having a trip like that, it's like my hands would be shaking. It's like, okay, what do I do now? It's like, okay, do something.
Yeah.
What I gotta do,
Yeah.
But the purpose of doing stuff for yourself is to take time to wind down, relax, build your mind up. And in order to do that, you really have to break yourself down to the simplest form.
Yeah.
So that you can focus on building your mind back up.
Let me tell you this, good fella. So, I'm on my spiritual healing, awakening, whatever. I'm definitely trying my best, or I'm doing my best to get closer and closer to God in this season of my life, for sure. Because I know it's nobody but Him that's been bringing me this far. So anyway, I went on that trip with the intention of, I'm setting aside this time for me to get for me, but also for me to get closer to God. And I went with expectation, like, I'm really gonna hear from God, because I'm taking out this time to be with you uninterrupted, no social media, no phone, no none of that. Like, I'm trying to be hyper focused on you so I could just hear your voice and hear what you have planned for me, what you got for me, all that type of stuff. And I journaled, majority of the time while I was there, like when I thought to. And I was sitting in that room, and it was so peaceful, so serene. And I was just sitting there like, I'm waiting, Lord. And I had said to myself I was going to pray every hour on the hour so that I could, again, hear from God. And I'm trying to connect with him. And every hour my alarm went off. I did my prayer. And then at some point, I just laid down. I was like, I don't know what else to do. So I laid down and I went to sleep. My alarm woke me up. I prayed and then I lay down again and went to sleep. I woke up. Then I was like, okay, I'm done taking a nap. You know what I'm saying? But the end of it all, I was like, I really was expecting, I was in so much anticipation for God to be like, this is it, Portia. This is what, And at the end of it all, God didn't tell me until some days later, like, you did exactly what I wanted you to do, which was rest. I wanted you to see how important it was for you to listen to your body and to take out time to just rest. Uninterrupted, nobody calling mommy, nobody asking you to do this. You're not trying to work, you ain't doing none of the things. You just resting and sitting in yourself. I gave myself a foot mask, I did me a facial mask, I did all that stuff, but I just rested. I really did. And it felt good. And after that, like I said, God told me, like, you need to do this more on a regular basis. I need you to do this like every 2 weeks. Take purposeful time for yourself to be alone and just breathe, release.
So let me tell you this, and I will be as transparent as I can.
Okay.
There have been times when I have people because I work so much. They ask me about that. They ask me about sleep and about it. I always have an answer.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't tell you what 8 hours of rest looks like.
Woo.
I couldn't tell you what 8 hours of rest looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think I have really trained my body to not get that. If I laid down somewhere where I had time to, I think I would be up after 2.5 or 3 hours of rest because I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something. I feel like either something's got to be done, or I missed something, or I was supposed to be somewhere and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know if my body could rest for 8 hours.
Wow.
I don't even know. And would almost be kind of frightened to find out what that looks like. Mm-hmm. I would almost feel like I've missed days at a time if I got 8 hours rest. I just don't know what that would look like.
Yeah. I used to be trying to operate off of 5.5 hours, and I would be cranky boots. Okay, I would be cranky. I would be exhausted, like dang near running on fumes. And I didn't understand for a long time because I was trying to be everything for everybody. And then my therapist just told me plain that, like, you need to get rest because you can't be productive if you're not getting it. But I understand with you, what you're saying, you spilling up your time with working and all that type of stuff. And you probably not. Do you feel like you run on fumes? Or like it's just the anxiousness, like you need to be doing something?
Honestly, I feel like every day. I don't feel too much different, but then there are times when my body goes to talk to me and it's like, hey dummy, I need to recharge.
Yeah.
Can we do some recharging? And I won't listen at first, but then my body starts to do things like, okay, I'm giving you one more chance.
Yeah.
But then I do it. But then when I feel like I can almost feel myself getting ready to go into a deep sleep. And when that happens, I'll get up and I'll find something to do because I feel like I'm not supposed to sleep that long. I can't sleep that long.
I wonder where this started for you.
I don't know. I don't even know if it's a fear or I don't know. But I won't sleep that long. I just won't let myself sleep that long.
Wow, that's very interesting. I wonder where that started for you and what made you feel like if you rested, you would be missing out on doing something. Like, what? It's the anxiousness about that. That's very interesting. Let me read some of these comments because they've been talking to us, child. Uh, Tim said, for sure, inside it out. Thank you, Tim. Mommy said you are beautiful. Thank you. Hey, Muscle Man. Sean said, absolutely. We can't receive if we don't feel it ourselves. Shout out to you for challenging yourself. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate you. She said, you got this, lady. Period. And do. Okay. Let me see what else. Tam said, that is important, good fella. And she loves that for you too. Um, yeah, did you schedule that trip already, good fella?
It's coming up in March.
Oh, you're doing it in March. Okay. Hey, Lindsay.
At least, well, let me say at least it's planned for March, and I want to go through with it. I do.
I will be honest, I was nervous initially but I kept seeing it and then I just kept feeling like I just need to go. I just need to go. I just need to go. And even while I was there, but it was very secure and safe, whatever. But I think it was the stillness of it all. And you have the option to lock up your phone. You still could potentially have Wi-Fi depending on where your place is. I still have Wi-Fi all throughout. My phone still works, so every few hours I'll send a little emoji to let my folks know I was safe. That were concerned, but they do have a little box you can lock away your phone or whatever. Maybe you can bring a book or just I think you should do it. I think you should do it and see what happens.
I think my fear is that one of the things that I required for myself for the trip is to go so I was able to do nothing.
Right.
And for me, the one real way that I know that may happen is if I leave my camera home. For me, I've been doing photography for 24 years, and I've always had my camera. And for me to travel without that's pretty much like my Linus blanket. So not having my camera with me almost seems insane. Almost seems like I don't have the complete breath that I need to breathe without my camera.
Yeah.
So not having it really because I control that. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like not take my camera, but I need to not take it to make the trip effective as it's supposed to be. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I mean, how many days were you planning on staying?
4.
Oh. I think don't take your camera, good fella. Don't take it. I think this is an intentional time for you and whatever beauty you see and encounter, it can just be here. It don't need to be. If you really feel like you're that attached that it's gonna be like distracting from you being in the moment of stuff, you more so looking at like from a creative view or whatever, operating in your, gift. I don't know. I don't know if you should take it. I feel like you shouldn't. What y'all think?
See, because it's like in my mind, um, it's like everything beautiful that I would see. For me, I would want to share.
Okay.
I want to share in some artistic way, and I feel like doing that and not being able to share is almost like me being selfish with nature and all of that type of stuff. And it's like I don't know, maybe it's something that I capture could be something for someone else. Maybe a picture of the water, maybe the picture of the trees, the birds, or whatever it is. Because where I'm going, it can be very beautiful.
Yeah.
But part of the reason is being able to just relax. And a lot of times when I do have my camera, like along with my camera comes my laptop because I just do work.
That definitely can't come.
All of that type of stuff. But then my question is, I want to have the solitude, but then it's like, what do I do if I don't have those things that to me make me feel like doing something?
What if you take the camera and only use it one day? You dedicate one day that you can capture the beautiful images and all that type of stuff. One day, no laptop, just the camera, just that one day that you can capture all the things because you're gonna be out there 4 days, like just one day.
He's not gonna commit. He need to leave that camera. He got his phone if he really wanted to capture something for someone else to see the beauty around him.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to, if you're gonna do it, then be intentional about it.
Yeah.
Do not take the camera. Do not take the laptop. Take a notebook and probably your Bible. Pray a lot and get the rest you need.
Yeah.
You're gonna come back with so many more great ideas, with renewed energy, renewed mind and spirit. But that camera is going to distract you and make you do what you've always done. Don't take it.
Lean on it.
I hear that, and honestly, no, I honestly want to do that. But like for me, no lie, this is all seriousness. I don't know if y'all have anything that's so connected to you that you literally need assistance. Like I would have to literally take my camera and give it to somebody and say, hold on to this so that I can not take it somewhere. Like my camera for me is like that. Real deal, no game. It's difficult to separate like me from my camera because it's like the thing that made me feel like important, like I was doing something, was my camera when God gave me that gift. And it's like for the last 24 years, I have not been without a camera. And I wouldn't know what to do without a camera. So taking this trip would be like the first time I've ever been without my camera in 24 years.
So they also backing up what Tam and I said in the chat. Hey DDS, how you feeling, love? Blossom said, change your mindset about doing nothing. You can find peace in relaxing. Mommy said, don't think about it, doing it for someone else to see this. This is for you. This one time, good fella. This one time. Hey Tito. She said, damn, some people just hyper. I get that. Mommy said, challenge yourself this one time. Hey Jen, Mr. Reese, what say you?
How you doing today?
Wonderful. How you feeling?
I was listening to what you were saying about taking the camera for one day, but if the camera, I'm pretty sure the camera is an extension of you, big fella. So I know it's gonna be kind of hard to put it down, but sometimes if you really feel that hard about the camera, and then you do take it for one day, don't say you don't take it the next day, then you see something beautiful you want to shoot, then you don't have the camera with you. How would you feel after that?
I feel terrible.
Yeah, see.
I would feel terrible. But no, I was listening to what when Tam came on. I was listening to it because I mean it's true. It's definitely something that I need to attempt to do.
Yeah.
I want to. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm going to take this trip, and the hardest part of it is probably getting there without my camera. That's probably the hardest part. Because once I get there, I'm going to do some particular things, and then working on one of my biggest prayers is to ask God to literally clear my mind and allow me to rest. And I don't know what comes with the rest because again, I don't know what 8 hours of sleep looks like.
Yeah.
But to just to see what happens for my mental.
Mommy said, but that's not why he's there to take pictures and all of that. Blossom also said the camera is not your identity. You are enough. Um, and mommy said you could do that for another 24 years. But for these 4 days, you need to focus on Goodfella. And whoever it is that you trust to hold on to your camera, I'm gonna need you to arrange that and let them hold on to that camera and prove to yourself, like they said, challenge yourself that you can survive without this camera. And your creativity is still gonna flow. You're still gonna, and you still will be able to share the beautiful things, maybe not from that setting, but and like Tam said, if it's that bad, you can use your phone to take the picture. But you know, I think it's important that you take this time for you. I think it's really important. You already confessed to being a workaholic. You don't need to be a workaholic on this trip. Leave that laptop, leave that camera, take Goodfella. He is enough.
Well, I thank you all. I appreciate you, Portia and Tam, and Mr. Reese, and everybody. It's something to have. We clown and have fun a lot, but
For sure.
sometimes it's good to have people that you can sit and be transparent with. About just about life.
Yeah,
whatnot.
Because life be life in us all. Like we all in this. It may be happening at different areas and different things like that, but we are all experiencing life. So just because it's showing up like that for you, it may be showing up a different way for me, maybe showing up a different way for Mr. Reese, Tam. Like that's what we're supposed to do, help each other through this. So and Blossom also said process what you may be escaping from with this thought, like you need to be attached to your camera all the time. Like something, what's that about? What's going on there? It's very important. But yeah, I'm excited for you. I can't wait for you to go and come back like y'all. Listen. Maybe you'll get 8 hours. Maybe you'll go into hibernation.
Well, it's definitely coming up. It's booked March, so we'll see what happens.
Yes, I'm excited for you. I'm really excited for you. Mr. Reese, Tim, did y'all have something else to add?
But I'm excited for everybody is taking a journey of solitude because it takes a lot to be able to sit with yourself.
Yes, Lord.
And know, sometimes we need that time.
Mm-hmm.
But I can get my rest. I don't know about y'all. It's my 8 hours every night. I do not be playing about my sleep.
Yeah.
But that's because there was a time in my life when it wasn't. I wasn't getting sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I would have really hard time sleeping. My mind always racing. So now it's really important to me to get my rest.
Mm-hmm.
You might call me. You might call me at 7 o'clock. I'll be like,
I know.
I might not be asleep, but I'm in the bed. I might be reading, but I'm finding a lot of time now to just read. Like right now, I've been in here all day. The TV's not been on that one time, and that is unheard of for me.
Yeah.
I didn't turn on the TV at all yesterday until I got in bed. It's just been that's a lie. Yesterday was yesterday Sunday? No, I watched the game yesterday. Okay, that's a lie. But you have to change your mindset.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to grow or to advance, or to figure out what's next. You can't do that in the noise.
You cannot do that in the noise. And I think that was the main part. I felt so overwhelmed. I felt so anxious. I felt like I was like overloaded by everything. My kids nonstop touching me, wanting to live in my skin. People always calling me, telling me this, telling me that. Like it was so much on top of my own internal struggles. You know what I'm saying? Like my own emotional health. I just felt so overwhelmed. And so I'm like, I just need to escape. And even if it's just for a moment, just to recalibrate, just to get myself back together. And it helped. And I felt my anxiety coming back up as I was driving towards home, because it was like an hour and a half away. As I was driving back home, my anxiety was like slowly coming back up, because I'm like, as soon as I hit this though, my baby gonna be here. She'll be like, Mommy, I miss you so much, and be jumping all over me. Then the other one will come home from school. Then I gotta be right back in mommy mode. And I gotta figure out what everybody gonna eat. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like, but it's okay. Take those moments to breathe, to be by yourself, whatever. And even if you can't get away, because I was telling my therapist that too, sometimes it's hard for me to get away. Like, I have to, the funds ain't always there to pay for a hotel room or to go whatever. And that's okay too, but be intentional about your time. So that's like, even with my routine now, I have incorporated the last hour and a half of me being up at night is for me. Whatever I decide to do with that time, that's what I do. But the kids are in the bed, and mommy gonna do what she want to do. If I want to lay in the tub, if I want to lay down on the couch, if I want to read a book, if I want to do some self-care, whatever it is, if I want to go to bed early that night, I could do that. That's still self-care. That's still self-love. That's still me feeding what I need to feed to help myself be better. I think it's important. It's important. I'm sorry.
I have a question for you, ladies.
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm not right, I think I heard both of y'all say that you both like to read.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think is better? Like for a trip like I'm going to take, because I don't have a whole stash of books and whatnot. But do you prefer actually reading a book, or would you prefer having the electronic thing where the books is read to you?
So for me personally, I have Audible because I literally have no time to sit down and open a book physically, and I read kids books almost every night. Listen, enough. But no, I prefer Audible. I got into it a few years ago because I was commuting long hours getting back and forth to work. Even when I was going into the office, I could sit there and listen to books while I'm working. And even sometimes I still do it. Now that I'm working out again, I listen to books while I'm working out. You know what I'm saying? To reach my reading book goal for the year. But that's just my preferred way now. And because I am very much so audio driven anyhow, I can listen to podcasts, I can listen to videos, I can listen to whatever, and I'm still retaining the information. I don't necessarily have to see the words. So that's just what I prefer. Pam?
I enjoy, of course you know this, I enjoy a book. I like to have it in my hand. Especially depending on the type of book. If I'm reading a self-help or those type of books, I definitely want to have a book in my hand because I'm going to be highlighting that thing and writing notes in the margins. So I prefer a book. Somebody in the chat said that they like the smell of books.
Mommy.
And I do too. I like to turn the page. I enjoy the smell of a book. On this type of trip, good fella, where you are really trying to detach, I think it would be better to actually have a book in that type of setting. That's my personal opinion, especially if the phone is going to end up distracting you, where you end up scrolling on social media and episode instead of really honing in and focusing on what you came there to do. I want to get an actual book.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to do my best to, really just, take my time, detach, and do some particular things. But yeah, I'm gonna find that pretty good. Except for that Friday. That Friday, I definitely have to be at the after party. So that Friday, I'll be at the after party. But
you can put us down for a day. It's okay. We still love you.
Yeah, y'all not on the weekend, so for the weekend that I'm gone, you know, the after party's not running. But that Friday, I'm gonna have to catch the after party.
Mr. Reese?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that after working so much, it's like sometimes you can't really sleep that much. Something happened. You hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
You okay?
I try to sleep. But today I even played weekend. I haven't slept none. My wife told me, you gotta lay down. You gotta lay down. I'm not going how to do everything.
Yeah. Well, what's up with the restlessness? What's that about?
I don't know. Maybe because I work that much. Some days I work 6 days a week, 7 days a week. I even work maybe 2 months straight without an off day. So,
Yeah.
Just used to it. I sleep to about maybe 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
That's it. I'm just up against stuff. I'm at work right now. They calling me to come right now.
Are you going to go?
No, not going.
Okay.
They see me in the morning.
Okay. Productivity, and a lot of us have conditioned ourselves to get very minimum rest and still be like active. But I would incline you guys to just try every once in a while to give your body the adequate rest that it needs instead of your body telling you about the rest that you need. Because we would hate for it to just shut down on you and all of that. Like you